the EP Podcast. Heard everywhere podcasts can be found, and always at the eppodcast.com.
So I took my wife to Cooper's Hawk tonight, which was a big mistake. Because that's what, she's in this wine club. I got her in the wine club because that was like a gift. It was one of my Christmas throwing gifts. I'm going to get her a wine club membership because she loves wine.
Sure.
And now we get to the end of the month all the time. It's like we gotta go use our wine. And the next thing you know, I'm sitting there and she's like ordering bottles of wine. I'm 41 years old. I'm not 20 anymore. I can't walk around with a bottle of Boone's Farm and that's how I'm pre-gaming. I can't do that anymore, you know?
Right.
Now I'm sitting there and I'm having a Super Tuscan in a ginormous glass and they're just giving you finger foods because she's always like, let's get some appetizers and drink some wine. That's not going to fill me up.
Right.
And then I drink too much wine. And she's loopy. You saw her when she walked in the door.
She's feeling good.
She's having a good night tonight.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. I gotta, I'm playing that game right now where, I'm glad you're over, but, you can't stay too late because Mrs. Lanuti's having a good night. You know what I'm saying?
Understandable.
Yeah, I mean, there might be candles later on.
Sure.
You know, there might be some Lionel Richie down here at the bar.
Ooh, dancing on the ceiling.
Yeah, that's the song you go with.
Sure.
Is that your wooing song? You go with the dancing on the ceiling?
Dancing on the ceiling, or what's the
Oh,
other
What a
one?
Feeling? You're like my new co-host.
I love it, man.
I like having you down here.
This is great.
I like having you down here. It's good. It's good times. Dad couldn't make it this week, huh?
No, he's
He was like, I'm not going over and sitting in your friend's bar and doing a podcast.
No,
Does he know what a podcast is? He's the head of the Parks Department, which, first of all, I already told my wife, I'm going to pull the music from Parks and Recreation when he comes on the show. Okay, when Dennis Duffy Sr. gets on the show. Is he the senior and junior, or do you have different middle names?
We have different middle names.
Okay, so it's not a senior-junior thing.
No.
Okay, so when the elder Dennis Duffy gets on the show and comes in and tells me all about the stuff that's going on in Evergreen Park in the fall, I have the Parks and Recreation music. Whenever he comes on, I'm just going to play it.
No, he's in. He's in for sure. He's definitely interested in it. I'm explaining to him what a podcast is. He's, I said, Dad, it's basically internet radio. You get a following, you go on there, you explain what you're doing in the village, and, you get people interested in your programs and people that haven't heard of it before. You get a new audience, you get new people, you get, it's good exposure for you.
I'm going to tell you a story about a girl I once met. You see, she only comes out at night. She's the lean and hungry type. Nothing is new. I've seen her before, watching and waiting. Oh, she's sitting with you, but her eyes are on the door. So many have paid to see what you think you're getting for free. The woman is wild, a she-cat tamed by the purr of a jaguar. Money's the matter. If you're in it for love, that don't get you too far. Whoa, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Whoa, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Whoa, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Whoa, here she comes, she's a man-eater.
I wish the EP police were out there today to see me in rare form on 99th Street. I went to go mail a letter. I still do that from time to time. I had to go send something off in the mail. I told my wife I'm going to walk up a couple blocks. I'm going to go put the letter in the mailbox. She goes, okay, fine. So I walk up the street, and I get to 99th and Homan, which is just a terrible stop sign. I've seen them sit there, and it's like taking candy from a baby because nobody stops at that stop sign. People are cutting down 99th Street, and they don't want to stop. So I get to the intersection, and I'm one of those South Side people. It's I'm just walking in the intersection. I have the right of way. If you hit me, you hit me. Because they're not going to stop unless I just step out. So I step out and everybody stops. So I cross the street and everything's fine. And now I turn around after I drop my letter in the mailbox. And I'm going to cross back across 99th Street. And as I'm turning, I see people pulling up. And I wave, go ahead. Because I haven't gotten there. So those people go. And I step out. And right after I got halfway across the street, some guy driving his SUV, like right as I'm getting to him and I'm halfway across 99th Street, just accelerates. And his side view mirror was going to hit me if I didn't step back. Like he never stopped. And he got and I feel bad. In the end, we're all human. I should have acted better. I didn't swear. I didn't scream. I did put my middle finger up immediately, right into his passenger, like his driver's side window. It was like one of those slow motion moments where he had like sunglasses on, and he just like looked towards me, and my middle finger was up against his window as he drove by, and I just give him like this stone cold look, and you can see like the wife's expression where she's like aghast that somebody just put his middle finger up like right against the window because she probably wasn't even paying attention. But he blew the stop sign and almost ran me over. And I'm like sitting there and and there are people coming from all four directions. So I apologize to anybody who was up at 99th and Homan in the last couple of days who saw the guy walking across the street and just threw his middle finger up. If your kids know what a middle finger is, trust me, they use it. The moment I learned what a middle finger was, I used it all the time. Like by the 6th grade on, it was like middle finger, middle finger, middle finger. I got home, I pretended I didn't know what it was. But like, if they know what it is, I'm sorry, but trust me, they already know what it is. If they didn't know what it is, they didn't know what I was doing. But I just stood in the intersection, just like a college kid, like a brash college kid, right, standing in there with my flip-flops with the middle finger high up in the air in the middle of 99th and Homan. Like I was just, it was me. It was me. It was me going, this is my neighborhood. You clearly don't think stop signs exist here. Maybe you should go to a main street like 103rd and 95th. Stop cutting through my neighborhood on 99th Street blowing stop signs.
Right.
That's me. I kind of want to talk to the police chief and be like, can I get like ticket powers? Would you let me just stand at the intersection and hand out tickets? Or just like give me the power to stop people and then I'll call you and you can come over and you can give them the ticket. Like that's all I want.
Sure.
I just want to be like, can we have like stop sign police? Like a citizen service where I just stand at stop signs. Like what I think it's called Klein Park now, but I always call it Circle Park. They blow the stop signs all around there. And it's not the Evergreen Park's police fault. It's not their fault. They drive around there all the time. They're trying to catch people. But I mean, it's the Indy 500 sometimes.
Sure.
There's a group of people that come down 95th and then turn at Homan and use that curve because it's going to save them 13 seconds. Because they're like, okay, well, if I curve, then I don't have to drive up the 99th and go down. I can curve into 97th Street, blow every stop sign down 97th Street, and jump out on the Pulaski. And it's like, in the morning, like I tell my kids, like, this is the street you walk, so you don't have to cross that.
Yeah.
And it's not the Evergreen Park police fault, because I see them out there all the time. They're pulling people. They need like 20 police officers. They need like a wolf pack to stop that. It is just a massive. This goes back to what I said in the first show. There should be like, you hit 99th Street, there should be like one of those like barriers down the middle, like a median with like potted plants or something like that, which like just makes people annoyed to be on 99th, so they leave it.
I have a joke.
Yeah, what is it?
It's a long one.
I want to hear it. I want to hear the whole thing.
A 22-year-old kid that moves to New York and wants to become an actor.
Okay.
And not a movie star, not a TV star. He's a Broadway star.
Okay.
Okay, so he's searching for jobs here and there. He's applying. He's taking auditions, doing this. He finally gets a role, his dream role, the best role possible in a Broadway play. And he has one line, but it's the most important line in the entire play. And his line is, "Hark, I hear the cannons roar."
Okay.
That is his line.
Hark, I hear the cannons roar.
He is the hark, I hear the cannons roar guy. So he goes home to his little studio apartment, and he's just looking in his mirror and saying, "Hark, I hear the cannons roar. Hark, I hear the cannons roar." He's practicing different dialects, different everything.
I hear the cannons roar.
His big debut first night show
Right.
is Saturday night. So he gets a good night's rest Friday night.
Right.
And
No Red Bull and vodkas and
No.
rib.
No,
no,
none for him.
no, not at all.
but he can't sleep, so he's up all night practicing. So
Hark.
it's like 10 o'clock in the
I
morning,
hear the
and he's still
cannons
practicing.
roar.
He's like, oh, my God, I got to go to sleep. I got to get some rest. So he sets his alarm for 6 o'clock because the show's at 7.
Right.
Okay.
Alarm goes off. He looks over. He set it for 6:50. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm the Hark to Hear It Cannons Roar guy.
That's terrible.
I got to get over to Broadway and do my line.
Right.
Yeah.
So he gets dressed
This
real
guy's
quick.
screwed.
He runs out to the
Cannons are screwed.
to the street, and he's trying to hail a cab. No one's
Is this at
stopping.
the beginning of the play or
Finally,
after the play?
Finally, the
know.
taxi
Play.
comes up, and he's like, where can I take you, Mac? Because that's how they talk in New York. Where can I take you, Mac?
Is that how they talk to you?
Nobody
I think
talks
so.
like
I don't know.
that.
Okay.
He goes, I'm the Hark. I hear the Cannons Roar guy. And they heard about him. They go, you're the Hark. I hear the Cannons Roar guy? Get
about
in.
him.
Let's go. You're
Holy
late.
crap.
Wow.
Okay,
So
yeah.
he gets inside the cab, and they're
Right.
cruising through New York traffic. It's crazy. You know, a lot of taxis everywhere.
That's what it is in New York.
Yeah.
So
Everybody's
they
back and there's
they
lots of taxis.
They
Yeah,
get into
right.
the
Taxi
front of the theater.
Right.
It's 7 o'clock on the dot. Show's already started.
Uh-huh.
Gets out of the cab. I don't have my wallet. I don't care. You're the Hark the Hair Cannon Roar guy. Get inside
This
there.
is awesome. I mean, I want to be the Hark.
Get inside there.
Yeah.
Hark. I
So
hear the cannons
he's
roar.
running through the front door.
Right.
Excuse me, sir. Where's your ticket? He goes, I don't have a ticket. I'm the Hark I hear the Cannons Roar guy. You're the Hark I hear the Cannons Roar guy? Get in there. So he runs through there. He's running up the stairs. He gets to the curtains. The curtains are closed. They're like, sorry, sir, the show has started. You can't enter until intermission.
Right.
He's like, I'm the Hark I hear the Cannons Roar guy. And the Andy Frayne goes, you're the Hark I hear the Cannons Roar
Andy
guy?
Fran is there?
Andy Frayne.
Andy Frayne.
Yeah, the
Well,
guys
yeah,
that
the guys
control
that-
the seats.
The ushers guys.
I
The
thought they
ushers.
just serve beer at White Sox games.
No, they're
Technically,
everywhere.
ushers.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, I've learned something new in this show.
You're the Hark I hear the Cannons Roar guy? Get around back. Go to the cast entrance.
Right.
They usher him over there. Gets in the back. He's going to the stage entrance. He's out of breath.
Right.
He's running all over the place.
Right.
And he's like, sir, you can't come back here. Security's right there because it's the cast entrance.
right.
Right.
He's like,
And he
sir,
says,
you can't
"Hark,
come back here.
I'm
He goes,
the-
hey,
yeah.
no. I'm on. Like, in minutes. I'm the Hark I hear the Cannons Roar guy. And they're like, you're the Hark I hear the Cannons Roar guy? Get out there. You're on in like 30 seconds.
Wow.
Finally, he gets back
Everybody
there.
like knows when this guy
Yeah,
goes
right.
on. It's
By
like
the
the
most
first night of the
important-
show, and everybody
the
knows exactly
most
how important it is. It's
part.
incredible.
By the skin of his cannons.
Wow.
So he gets back there, and he's right at the side of the stage, and there's a stagehand, and he's like, whoa. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm the Hark I hear the Cannons Roar guy. He goes, you're the Hark I hear the Cannons Roar guy? You're on in like 4 seconds. Get out there. So the guy runs out on stage, and they hears, boom, boom. And he goes, what the hell was that? We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. A full commitment, what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna give you up.
Here are the two big things that I found going on in Evergreen Park this week. I love finding the most weird things. If you have a child or you're an adult and you really like crocheting or knitting, there is a yak and yarn class going on at the library. 6:30 p.m. on Tuesdays, starting September 4th through November 27th, where you can do some knitting, some crocheting, and some yakking.
My mom and I are going to the yakking class.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're going to the yak and yarn?
No.
Just the yakking class.
Just the yak.
What do you do in the yakking class?
We're going to yak.
And then on Tuesdays from September 4th, it's only on 3 days. This is crazy. This is the funniest thing in the world. The schedule's my favorite thing about this entire one. On Tuesday, September 4th, The next class is October 2nd, and the next class is November 6th. So at the beginning of every month for the next 3 months, for a $5 fee that you pay the instructor directly over at the Evergreen Park Library, like you better walk in with your 5 bones in your hand. Because he wants them.
He wants it up
Because
front.
he is not going to teach you how to do this.
He doesn't want credit cards.
Unless you put 5 crisp George Washingtons or 1 crisp Abraham Lincoln in his hand. Okay? He wants you to also bring your own scissors and your own adhesive.
What are you paying the $5 for?
So that you can use decorative rubber stamps and accessories to make personal greeting cards. You have to provide your scissors, your adhesives, and 5 crisp dollar bills. And be at this class at the beginning, the first Tuesday of every month for the next 3 months. And you can make your own personal greeting cards.
Okay.
With decorative stamps.
Okay.
Think about this. I mean, how quick you think this class is going to fill up? I mean, this is like a line around the door, right?
I mean, you better get there quick.
You got to camp out the night before to get into this thing, right?
Yeah,
I mean, like people want to do this.
It's like going to Burning Man.
Right.
You better get there.
Exactly. You pack a bag. You get your tie-dye T-shirts.
Yeah.
You got a cooler.
Get your RV.
You get your RV. You go camp out in front of the library for at least 2 days before this starts. So you can get in and give your $5 so that the guy can use your scissors and your adhesive to teach you how to make a personalized greeting card
if you're
at the library.
If you're bringing all your own supplies, what are you paying the $5?
Like, I really want to have the library people in here. I don't think they're going to like me because I mean, like, here's the thing. My kids used to go to the library for all kinds of stuff. I know they have great programs. That is a great
library.
They have great programs. It's a great library. But sometimes I like flip through the book and I go, really? Like I feel like I could do a class. I feel like I could come up with some class. Like,
Yeah.
okay, for $6.50 paid directly to me, if you come to the Evergreen Park Library on every 3rd Wednesday of the next 4 months,
And bring all your supplies.
Bring all your supplies. And what I want your supplies is a 6-pack of your favorite craft beer. I will personally taste all of the beer, and I will teach you how to tell what type of beer it is. But you have to bring the beer. I'm going to call it Craft Brewing with Chris at the Evergreen Park Library. That's a class. I bet you I get more than the stamping thing. I bet you, and the pickle thing from the last one. I bet you I do better. People will bring their own beer and they'll show up for that. $6.50. I want 6 in dollars, and then I want 2 quarters. If you show up with $6.50, you can't be in the class. It's got to be cash. Okay? And don't bring me the other $6 in coins either. 6 has to be in paper, and then the other 50 have to be in 2 quarters or a 50-cent piece. I'll take that. Otherwise, no. And you got to bring a good beer. You show up with some crap, you're out. Every 3rd Wednesday for the next 4 months in the Evergreen Park Library. I'm going to make this happen. Brandon from down the block. Sitting in my bar again.
What's going on?
We're not talking about fluoride
No.
this show, okay?
No.
Do aliens exist?
How do you define alien?
Okay, is there something that's like flying around with like a cloaking mechanism where like a ship is like just flying around stealing people?
Yes and no.
Yes and no?
So, I do believe there's something out there. I don't believe it's the little grays like we talk, like, you know, you see on X-Files and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that it's more interdimensional. And
Interdimensional, you say?
So okay.
You've read too many Stephen
We're
King
getting
books.
deep now. So
we're getting deep now. Nothing deeper than interdimensional aliens.
So I do believe there are things out there that have the ability to shift into our dimension, into our where we can actually see them.
Like in Stranger Things.
I've never watched that show.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I seriously have not.
Really?
No.
Okay. Well, just keep talking and we'll see how close you are to Stranger Things. Go ahead.
Okay. So I believe that they are able to slip, whether consciously or not, into our dimension. And that's when we see these lights in the sky, or we see these shadowy figures.
So that's what the Phoenix lights were?
The Phoenix lights? No, I think that's a military. I think that's new technology they're just testing out, and people freaked out.
So you think it was like just a V formation of like a bunch of military jets? And
Yeah,
nobody
I mean,
got that.
If you think about it, like,
So you're a believer in interdimensional aliens, but
Yes.
then you still believe that some of these things are just military exercises and they aren't real. Like,
so say I'm wrong about them, the interdimensional, and say they are consciously coming into our time frame, into our dimension. I believe if that's the case, the mass disappearances in the national parks, the maybe even going as far as to say the trafficking rings are being used to feed these beings the human bodies that they need.
Are people disappearing in national parks? Because
I don't know why they're
because they're being
disappearing.
taken by aliens? Is that what you're telling me? It's not bears eating them; it's aliens.
No, it's definitely. I mean, some of them are probably bears, but
I would think most of them are bears.
I think
all of them are bears.
I think that the national park
Bears
thing,
and caves and crevices and like normal reasons why people would disappear, not interdimensional beings that are using the park services to eat people.
maybe it's Jack Handy. He got upset after leaving Saturday Night Live, and he just went into the woods, and now he's just kidnapping people and killing them.
That's far more realistic with your weird old Saturday Night Live reference. It's far more realistic than interstellar beings that come into this plane of existence and then hang out in national parks and eat people. You're nuts.
No.
you're
This
nuts.
is
You're absolutely insane.
Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you like to think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you like to think I'm the girl? The girl who has everything. Look at this trove. Treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold? Looking around, you'd think, sure, she's got everything. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's-its and was-its galore. You want thingamabobs? I've got 20. How many thingamabobs do I got?
20.
I thought I had 19, but there's one over there. So that makes what?
20.
20. But who cares? No big deal. 'Cause I want more. I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing, walking around on those, what do you call them?
Feet.
Oh, yeah.
Feet.
What are they called?
Feet.
Oh, yeah. What are they called?
Feet.
Flipping your fins. You don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing, strolling along. And what's that word again? I forget. What is it called?
Feet.
No, it's street this time.
Street.
It's street. Rhymes with feet, but what is it?
Street.
No, it's street.
Street.
Mermaids are awful at rhyming.
And my flute.
I'm about to hit it. I'm about to hit the big part. Ready? Feet or street?
Street.
Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. That's what we do.
You're ruining my childhood right now. I don't know why.
Feet.
Taking walks now too. This is like this summer. I'm taking a lot of
Walks.
walks.
You become an old man.
I am. I'm taking walks.
I'm
It's
gonna go for a
great.
walk, honey.
No,
Are you on the neighborhood watch now?
I was doing it without her. Okay.
No, he just likes looking in people's windows.
But then I realized it's almost like a social event in our neighborhood. Like you go out for a walk, you start seeing all these other people that are like either like
people in my
that's
neighborhood
front of
walk
their
with
house,
coolers
whatever
of
they-
beer.
Yeah, I was gonna say when I lived in your neighborhood,
I walk out.
took the
I walk
garbage
out the door.
and I
You had
two
to.
beers.
I wear cargo pants. I throw a beer in each one of the pockets on along my thighs.
11
and
beers.
I've got another beer in a koozie.
Like
that I'm walking
not
along in.
kidding around. At Halloween, you have to keep a bowl of candy and you have to keep a cooler of beer.
Right.
Because you have to give
Yeah,
beer to the
no, I do
parents.
that in my
Yeah.
I
neighborhood.
missed
too.
that. I missed that.
Yeah, that's
that
what it's
was
like
kinda,
on the
you know,
south
it's
side
kinda
here.
fun.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I mean, and so
Well, you get that. You get that other place. I get that up north.
we go for a walk and we walk around. We visit the neighbors. We pop in. All of a sudden, it's like, and next thing you know, I'm at somebody's house for like 2 hours, like just hanging out. So going for a walk has been great. Like, and it's great because we leave the kids behind.
Nice. Even the
I
little
leave.
one?
Yeah, we leave the older ones in charge of the little
We
ones.
do that now.
So
Yeah, they're getting to be almost
they're old enough.
teenagers.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah.
teenager.
We do
Oh
that
my
now.
God.
Too.
When is she
in a couple
becoming a
months.
teenager?
You're a
November.
lucky
she
guy.
becomes
Oh
a
my
teenager.
God, for real?
November, I get a teenager.
Do you have you're holding like a quinceañera for her or something?
A what?
Well,
Quinceañera?
that would be
What
in
is
2
that?
more years.
Oh,
Just
I
gotta-
thought-
That's the 15th birthday.
15.
No, I'm
What's
not.
13?
I'm not.
Oh,
no.
a bat mitzvah?
No, we don't do
He's not
parties.
Yeah, it would be a bat mitzvah.
No,
That
no,
would
no,
be
no, no,
appropriate.
no,
You
no,
have
no,
a
no.
bat
You get
mitzvah for?
you got your graduation and you got your wedding. Those are the only 2 parties I'm springing for.
What about like that?
Communion?
Don't they do another like religious, like a Catholic thing?
Yeah, they do communion, but that's
What is
over
that?
with. That's
Oh,
in
it's over?
second grade. Yeah.
Oh, there's not another one?
No, well, there's confirmation.
Yeah.
What is that?
But I'll do a
Yeah, what about
confirmation. I'll do it like a
8th grade?
combo confirmation 8th grade graduation because it's around the same
right.
time. So I'll just do the whole thing
Slash
in one big
wedding.
shot.
Flash wedding.
And here on the south side, you just do it like as a combo with like 3 other people that are nearby, and you close the block down, have a block party.
She
for the
starts
kids.
drinking at 13, right?
Right. Well,
yeah.
she gets to start drinking.
She has
What's
one.
14
She'll
now?
be joining
She
the,
can have
she can
like one of them
tastings.
like those White Claws or something like that, like the rosé.
Have you had those things?
Yeah,
they're disgusting.
My wife.
Like, who would drink seltzer water in the first place? But now it's flavored
awful.
seltzer
Like, 'cause
water.
these
It's
girls
good.
think flavored
I'm
alcoholic
being
seltzer
healthy.
water.
Right.
I'm drinking. I'm getting drunk and being healthy.
I'm losing weight.
Right. I'm
while
actually
I'm drinking this.
Like people that think they're actually burning calories by eating asparagus or whatever. Like that. Like,
Celery, it's celery.
Yeah, celery. I'm actually burning calories eating celery. No, you're not.
No.
No, you're not. My thanks to everybody who came walking up the block this week to join me in my basement at my 9-foot homemade oak bar right here in Evergreen Park. Dennis Duffy came by another time. Brandon from down the block. Again. I need a security code at the door. And a security dog. And like 2 guys who just work security to stop him from coming in. Some of the guys that do one of my other podcasts, the Broadcast Basement, stopped by. Thanks everybody that got in here this week. 30 minutes goes quick when you're having fun. The next time we record, it will be in front of a live audience. It's going to be the first time that we've done it for the EP podcast. We're so new, so I picked like home field for me. I cook every year in the Most Holy Redeemer Barbecue Bash. I almost won last year. I was close. I was there. I was in the finals. I was just a hair short. I'm going for the gold this year. So come on out, $20 in advance on their website, $25 at the door. All you can eat ribs. They got pulled pork sandwiches. You probably heard the special we did a few episodes ago just talking about it. I'm not going to get into it, but come out, have some delicious ribs, eat my food, hang out. It's BYOB, but I'm sure I'll have a cooler there as well. It's 21 and over, so let me give you a beer. Hang out and see the EP podcast in action. And I'm already looking at where I want to be for the rest of the fall. There are events all over Evergreen Park, so trust me, we're going to be in as many places as we possibly can before it gets so cold that nobody wants to leave their house for 3 months. I appreciate you listening to the show, subscribing to the show on whatever podcast player that you have, sharing the show and telling your friends about it, and sticking with us while we grow the show. Years ago when I used to do morning radio, you had about 6 months of 5-day-a-week shows before you actually got to where you needed to be. I know we got to do it a lot quicker here before I lose your interest. So we're going to keep throwing things at the wall and see what sticks. And we'll keep looking for all the followers on Twitter and on our Facebook page, The EP Podcast, to tell us how we're doing. If you get a chance, go into Apple Podcasts and rate us. That really helps. Give us a rating of 1 through 5 stars. Give us 5 stars. And then just, write some comments or something. It really helps out. It helps the pod players find us quicker because people are talking about the show. So we'll see you next time, either right here, wherever you're listening from, that phone in your hand or that iPad or whatever, or maybe we'll see you this weekend coming up, and we'll eat some ribs and have a beer together, or a water, or a sody pop, Remember, very soon the EP Podcast will be found in every place that podcasts can be found. And always, it will be found at theeppodcast.com. Have a good week.
The EP Podcast. Heard everywhere podcasts can be found. And always at theeppodcast.com.